Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, May 7th, just a couple minutes before 11:30 a.m., and welcome into the early portion of today's video weather discussion update, where we are going to be updating you on the chances for some severe weather coming up across the state, both today and also tomorrow for Wednesday. Now, as expected, we're seeing two rounds of activity today. We already saw a round of widespread showers and thunderstorms move across much of the state of Illinois this morning. And as also was expected, some of those storms did end up being severe, producing some hail and some damaging winds as well. So, all in all, the forecast with that first round of activity this morning ended up panning out very well with that line of showers and thunderstorms and isolated severe thunderstorms that moved across the state. That line continues to move off towards the east now, but it is weakening. The remaining line of showers and thunderstorms that moved through this morning now spans from Wisconsin through Michigan, Indiana, about to push into Ohio, moving through Kentucky as well. So that round of showers and thunderstorms from this morning is now well to the east. And we now have some clearing. It's more of a mix of sun and clouds here now across the region, and that is allowing for destabilization and recovery to happen within the atmosphere in the wake of that morning, that first round of activity. We also have a storm system that's up here in the Dakotas. You can kind of see it swirling around here on the visible satellite with it in motion. That's our main storm system up there. There is a trailing cold front. It's more of a Pacific cold front kind of dry line scenario that kind of stretches down like that, really arcs outward here. And what we're expecting to have happen is we're expecting a new round of showers and thunderstorms to develop this afternoon, kind of in this corridor here, and then that activity will move off towards the east and the northeast through the day today. So we are still expecting that next round of showers and thunderstorms. And as I go and show you this particular weather model here, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. You can see as we move into early this afternoon, we do get a new round, a new batch of scattered showers and thunderstorms to develop ahead of the cold front, which is going to kind of be spanning kind of like this. That's pretty much where it is right now. So those showers and thunderstorms, that new round, will develop out ahead of that advancing frontal boundary here. So anywhere from Wisconsin down here through Illinois, maybe back into Missouri as well. That is where we're expecting to see that development of scattered showers and thunderstorms early this afternoon. And then that activity will very quickly move off towards the east and the northeast. So as we move through mid-afternoon here, you can see how that activity very quickly moves off towards the northeast. By mid-afternoon, that activity is pretty much centered across northeastern, eastern, and southeastern Illinois. And then as we head into this evening here, you can see how a lot of that activity has already made it well into Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, down into Kentucky as well. And maybe a couple lingering showers and thunderstorms across portions of the state into early tonight, but shouldn't be too big of a deal by then. And then overnight tonight, we're expecting things to totally clear out across the state. So with that said here, let's take a look at our updated severe weather forecast. This is for today. So as you can see here, we do continue to have a severe weather threat across a large portion of the state today. So once again, we're expecting development of scattered showers and thunderstorms kind of to develop out in this corridor. And then once they develop early this afternoon, they will move off towards the east and the northeast. So that's kind of the expected area. Once again, kind of somewhere out in this corridor here is where we're expecting that development to occur. And then once development occurs, that activity will move off towards the east and the northeast. But with that said here, you can see that we are holding much of the state of Illinois here in the risk for some severe weather threat today. If you're out here in the blue shaded color, the level 1 severe thunderstorm risk, that essentially means we could see isolated severe thunderstorms across those areas in that level 1 risk. If you're in the level 2 risk, the green shaded area, that means we could see slightly higher coverage of severe storms being possible, more on the order of widely scattered. And then for you folks that may be tuning in from Indiana, northwest down into central Indiana, This yellow shaded color, that's a level 3 severe thunderstorm risk. So once again, slightly higher coverage, more on the order of scattered severe thunderstorm potential in the level 3 risk area, which is across northern into central Indiana as well. Now, in terms of what kind of severe weather we're going to see today with these storms, it could be all modes of severe weather. Definitely could see some damaging winds and hail with some of this activity, some of the severe weather activity today, but also could see a tornado risk today as well. The best chance of seeing maybe a tornado risk is probably going to be up here across the northern portion of the risk area, probably more lower chances further to the south and further to the west as it looks at this point in time. So it does look like an active weather day is going to continue. Obviously, like I said, we had that first round of activity this morning, and now we're expecting a second round of showers and thunderstorms to develop across the state that will hold some severe weather threat as well. Now, not only are we looking at the chance of rain, thunderstorms, and severe weather across the state today, but we're also looking at another chance for Wednesday as well. So on Wednesday, we're going to see a storm system quickly develop here, and it's going to move northeastward, and there's going to be a trailing frontal boundary, and we're going to see quite a bit of rain and thunderstorm development occur ahead of that frontal boundary. You could see this particular model has showers and thunderstorms developing down in Missouri fairly early in the morning, actually. This is by 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning here. And this particular model then brings that activity off towards the east. Also has other new development in the vicinity of a warm front that's lifting northward. And you can see how that all traverses much of southern Illinois here, the southern half of the state of Illinois, through a good portion of the day on Wednesday. And you can see there's multiple rounds down there across southern Illinois. We also start to get with the low pressure lifting up here. There could be some threat near the vicinity of that low pressure as well. More of a low-topped thunderstorm threat up across that area. So all in all, a decent portion of the state could hold a severe weather threat on Wednesday. That threat would come to an end, though, Wednesday night as the front with this really starts to kick out ahead of the low pressure here. And we see all that rain and thunderstorm activity kind of move off to the east and weaken. So that threat would come to an end for Wednesday night. So regarding the Wednesday threat, as you can see here, we also have a pretty large portion of the state outlooked for some severe weather potential on Wednesday. Now, all of this corridor from the Quad Cities down into central Illinois, that level 1 severe risk area, that's generally for the threat of a low, isolated severe thunderstorm threat across much of northwest and central Illinois for the level 1 risk area. Now, as we get down into southern Illinois, the green and the yellow shaded areas, that's our level 2 and level 3 severe thunderstorm risk areas. That's where we'll see more on the order of widely scattered to scattered severe thunderstorms here across a good chunk of southern Illinois. So that's where the best severe weather threat is expected to be for your Wednesday. And like I said, this could be anywhere from Wednesday morning into early Wednesday night. And you can see the best severe weather threat or the most significant severe weather threat for that matter is going to be down there across the southern Illinois area. Once again, this forecast right here is for Wednesday. So flipping back over to Tuesday's forecast, let's get into the video chat here, see if we have any folks tuning in today. See Jennifer and Kat checking in, Mr. Davis from the Bloomington area. Bloomington does have a chance to get some of those developing showers and thunderstorms this afternoon with that next round of activity. Could have a severe weather threat with some of that activity as well. Lindsay checking in from the Schaumburg area, wondering about timing. Anywhere from early to late afternoon around your area. Allison checking in from Lamont. Yes, we're expecting the second round of activity to develop and impact your area as well this afternoon. The same goes for Melissa. Yep, this afternoon for your area as well. Kat checking in. You're quite welcome. You're down in the Kankakee area. Yep, you could get some of this second round of activity as well. All right here. Sarah checking in from Geneva. Uzman from Plainfield. We got Chrissy in Chicago. Kay and Joliet, Linda and Lincoln. Yes, all of you folks here, if you just take a look at our graphic, actually, it'll pretty much give you an idea of what we're expecting here. Like I said, this round of activity is going to be this afternoon here. I see Frank from Coal City, John from Earlville. Yeah, all of you folks are at risk for the second round of activity this afternoon here. So be on the lookout for that severe weather potential. Once again, this is from early this afternoon through early tonight. This is the time frame, because I do see several of you asking about time frame. Early this afternoon through early tonight. The main risks are going to be damaging winds and hail, but there could be a tornado risk as well. Maybe a few tornadoes possible up in this corridor. More of an isolated tornado threat kind of elsewhere across the map as it looks at this point in time. And then once again, we're going to be dealing with a severe weather threat on Wednesday here. Severe weather threat also on Wednesday. Let's see here. Sierra checking in from the Belleville area, mentioning Belleville's a level 3 risk. We have Belleville very close to the level 3 risk here. It's kind of right on the border of that level 2, level 3 risk there for Wednesday. In your area for Sierra. Sierra, our forecasts are created by us. These are not from the Storm Prediction Center. We create our own forecasts here. So it may differ than the Storm Prediction Center, what they have. No worries at all. Don't be sorry. No worries with that. All right, so going back to today, because obviously today is today, and that's what comes first here. Once again, dealing with a severe weather threat across a good chunk of the state. Especially, the best chance for severe weather is obviously out here across the green and yellow shaded corridors here. That's where the best chance of severe weather is today. And once again, the time frame on this is going to be pretty much from early this afternoon into early tonight. So once again, the time frame for today is early this afternoon into early tonight for all of these areas. See Brett checking in from the Quad Cities area. You're pretty much on the border of pretty much no severe out there. If I had to guess, the Quad Cities area probably will see no severe weather today. Technically, it's very close to the border of that isolated severe weather risk. But if you're in the Quad Cities today, don't expect you really to see much in the way of severe weather for your area. See Sierra checking in here regarding possible tornadoes down there tomorrow. Yes, so with this severe weather threat tomorrow, all modes of severe weather will be possible with this severe weather threat for tomorrow. There could be damaging winds, hail, and a tornado threat, and that tornado threat would be the highest down here across our level 2 and level 3 risk areas. Once again, this is for Wednesday. This is Wednesday morning through early Wednesday night on this forecast graphic here. Amy wondering about the Springfield area this afternoon. Could have some showers and thunderstorms develop early this afternoon, kind of right in your general area, and then that activity will move off towards the northeast, and then you'll probably dry out for much of the rest of the day in your area. Norul checking in here, wondering if there may be a tornado watch issued today. It's always hard to say when or if watches will be issued because that's all handled by the Storm Prediction Center, and they're sometimes very inconsistent with the way that they issue watches. So it's hard to say whether we're going to see a watch today or not, and if we do, whether it'll be a tornado watch or a severe thunderstorm watch. It's really hard to say. Sierra, you're wondering about the timing. So really, for the timing down here tomorrow, it's pretty much going to be all day. So from mid to late morning all the way through early Wednesday night, that's the timing down there because there could be multiple rounds of severe weather on Wednesday down there across the southern portion of the state. So I know that's a very wide time frame, but in reality, that's just how it's going to be for Wednesday. Anywhere from mid to late morning all the way through early Wednesday night across southern Illinois here is going to be that risk down across portions of southern Illinois. Now up here, further to the north across the level 1 risk area, your risk will be more so during the afternoon and evening hours across the level 1 risk area. And once again, that's for Wednesday. So let's back up here again, once again, to Tuesday, because obviously today is Tuesday, so we're going to focus on that a little bit more. Once again, do have a severe weather threat across much of the state of Illinois for the second round of activity that we're expecting to develop here very soon, actually. Within the next probably 1, 2, 3 hours, we're going to start to see this development here occur here across the heart of the state of Illinois here. And once that development occurs, it will quickly move off towards the east and the northeast, which is why if we're having development out here, that's why the best threat is going to be further to the east once that activity organizes and matures as well. All right, let's get to a couple more comments and questions here before we wrap this up. This morning, Michelle checking in from Plainfield, mentioning that the sun is out and it is muggy. Yes, dew points have started to recover well back into the 60s. Temperatures are jumping up into the 70s, so we're starting to see that recovery. And the recovery is going to help an environment become in place here with some decent instability, very high shear today, a lot of moisture around as well. So there are a lot of, ingredients in place for some severe weather today. Also see Brian checking in here regarding Grundy County for today and Wednesday. As you can see here, Grundy County is in that threat for severe weather today, for this afternoon and into early this evening. And tomorrow, maybe an isolated severe weather risk near your area tomorrow afternoon and evening, but more so probably just to your south, southwest, and even to the southeast as well. Margot mentioning there's a couple of showers and storms already up in northwestern Illinois. Yeah, those showers and thunderstorms up in northwestern Illinois right now actually developed a couple of hours ago in southeastern Iowa, and they've kind of just been percolating as they've moved off towards the northeast up into northwestern Illinois. Haven't really done much yet, but out in that corridor, once again, out in this corridor here, is kind of where we're expecting that development to occur within the next few hours here, and then that activity will quickly rocket off towards the northeast. John, Joliet area will be impacted at some point this afternoon. Sierra, does Belleville and around that area ever get a level 4 risk or a level 5? I can't remember the last time we had a level 5 risk down there, but I know we have had a level 4 risk down there within the past, several years. There's been a couple of them. So yes, that area has been in that kind of a risk before, but it has been a little while. All right here. So with that said, we'll go ahead and wrap up this discussion now. Like I said, severe weather threat with the second round of activity that's going to develop early this afternoon, and it'll traverse a good chunk of the state. Scattered showers and thunderstorms that will hold a severe weather threat along with them for this afternoon into early tonight across a good chunk of the state of Illinois. Like I said, activity is going to develop out west, and then it will quickly move off towards the northeast through the day today. And then once again, also going to be dealing with a severe weather threat on Wednesday across a good chunk of the state of Illinois, but the absolute best chance for severe weather on Wednesday is obviously going to be down here where those level 2 and level 3 risks are. And this could be an all-day threat down here from Wednesday morning all the way into Wednesday night down there, because there could be several periods of rain and thunderstorms with severe weather down there across southern Illinois for your Wednesday. Sierra checking in, mentioning how you've become fascinated with weather. Yeah, for everyone, it's a little bit different. Some people are scared of the severe weather. Some people, have an event that happens at their location and then they get really attached to it. It's kind of similar to your story right there. All right here. Yes, Jennifer, there is some lightning with those storms up there in northwestern Illinois right now. Like I said, they're just kind of percolating right now, not doing too much, but we are going to be watching for that development, like I said, as we go through the next several hours. Kind of out in this region, once again out here, we're going to see that development occur, and then once that occurs, this activity will quickly rocket off towards the northeast during the afternoon and evening hours. So once again, we'll monitor the situation throughout the day today. We will provide updates as needed, and then we will also be back on tonight with another full forecast update. But until then, everyone enjoy your Tuesday. Watch out for the potential for severe weather across the state today.